To begin, let's find out what is professional networking. Professional networking is the process of gathering information to expand your knowledge about a career field, company, job function, or graduate school program. Developing a professional support system will be invaluable for providing you with helpful career information as you mature as a professional. Strive to reciprocate helpful information and advice as you move along your career path. Networking with St. Thomas alumni is an excellent source of information, and you are guaranteed to have at least one thing in common: St. Thomas. Connecting with people that you already have something in common with is often less stressful and often leads to a more productive exchange of information. The alumni in our Alumni Sharing Knowledge, or ASK group, have agreed to be mentors, so they are excited to connect with you about career information. There is a code of conduct when networking with alumni. Before contacting an alumni mentor, assess your own interests, skills, knowledge areas, and personal attributes. If you have any questions or need help with this, don't hesitate contacting the Career Center to meet with a counselor. Research information about your potential alumni mentor and his or her field. Decide what information you would like to obtain from your alumni mentor and prepare a list of questions you would like to have answered. This will make a more effective sharing of information for both you and the alum. Remember that you are representing yourself, so be professional. There are certain things you should not do when contacting an alumni mentor. Do not ask for a job or internship, rather ask for advice, information, and other contacts. Do not spam with multiple emails or stalk with multiple phone calls. Instead, leave a message and wait for a return call. Do not act unprofessionally or negatively. Do not ask your alumni contact to mass distribute your resume. Do not share alumni contact information with others, and be respectful of the alumni's time. Be flexible with your meeting time. To identify alumni you would like to connect with, join the University of St. Thomas Alumni Sharing Knowledge Group on LinkedIn at the URL provided. This is an online forum to share career-related knowledge, information, and advice across industries and geographic locations. Find an occupation or a particular area of interest by searching through the alumni profiles. Go to the homepage of the LinkedIn Ask group and go up to the More tab and scroll to Members to find alumni. Career-related online networking should eventually lead to other forms of contact, such as phone conversations or in-person meetings. The most common method of making the first connection with a networking contact is in writing, either an email or a message on LinkedIn. However, the ideal method is to meet them in person at some point. When creating a message, be sure to include a brief introduction about yourself, including your status as a student at St. Thomas, a brief statement of your interest or experience in the person's field, organization, or location. Be straightforward. Tell him or her you are asking for information and advice. Also in your message, ask for 15 minutes to a half hour of the person's time. Be flexible and respectful by fitting the time into their availability. If it isn't possible to meet with them, a phone conversation is also very helpful. Your last paragraph should always include a sentence about how and when you will contact this person again. Then make sure to follow up. Usually this involves a phone call to set up a phone appointment or an in-person meeting. Never expect the person to contact you. Lastly, be sure to proofread all of your correspondence. Do not use informal slang like "hey dude." Be professional. Make sure your LinkedIn profile is complete so the person can get a better sense of your background and key interest areas. Here is some etiquette to follow during the meeting. Be polite, respectful, and charming. Dress professionally for in-person meetings. Click on the link to go over what constitutes professional attire. Have 10 to 15 appropriate questions ready to ask for a half-hour conversation. Click on the link for references to informational questions. Be prepared for the person to ask you about your interests and experiences. Take notes after your interactions. They may be helpful to refer to when reflecting on your conversation and conducting follow-up. Be respectful of the person's time and keep the conversation short. They will let you know if they have additional time to share. And always say thank you at the conclusion of your conversation. After your conversation, send a thank you note within 24 to 48 hours. Email is okay, but a written thank you is best, so make sure to get their business card or contact information during the exchange. When reflecting on the meeting, ask yourself, what did I learn from my conversation? How does what I learned fit with my own interests, abilities, goals, and values? What more would be helpful to know? And what plan of action can I make? If your contact refers you to others, follow up with them. Make sure to immediately mention your mutual contact and why the person originally spoke with thought they might be helpful. Remember to abide by all of the previously mentioned rules regarding timing, etiquette, and thank you notes. Make sure to keep your contacts informed. If your original contact referred you to someone who was helpful, share that with her or him. Likewise, if a particular resource or research avenue was fruitful, let the person know. As always, St. Thomas alumni and mentors are often sincerely interested in helping you and are curious about what ultimately happens in your career. Now that you have watched this webinar, the next steps are to create a profile on LinkedIn. To get more assistance on how to create a profile, refer to the webinar on LinkedIn for Students. After you have completed your online profile, request permission into the University of St. Thomas's Alumni Sharing Knowledge or Ask group on LinkedIn. If you have further questions, check out our website for more networking resources or make an appointment with a career counselor.